All right, so this is object number 1 for assignment number 2 that you're going to be making. I want you to notice that we have several dimensions here, but the first thing we want to do is approach it like a 2-dimensional object. So don't worry about this third dimension, how it extrudes out that way to go along with this dimension. Just look at this 2-dimension first. That's the thing we're going to sketch first. It's almost like a big thin U, something like that. First thing we're going to do is open a new part. And then I'm going to start a 2D sketch. Everything starts with 2D sketches. Now, I have several planes I can start with, but I just want to make it look like the picture, so I'm going to start with this plane. I'm going to grab the line tool. It's the most basic tool. I'm just going to start out with that. And I'm going to start at a corner. I'm going to put that corner right on that origin, the center point. You see how it pops up green?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That means it kind of anchors it to that spot and it saves me work later. So I'm not paying attention to the dimensions. All I'm paying attention to is that my lines are straight, because I know those lines are all vertical and horizontal. So you see how it snaps? Like if I'm going close, it snaps at the vertical.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I'm just going to try and keep everything at a right angle, not worry about dimensions, and just get the overall shape. One thing I want you to notice is when I get close to the height of the other side, it wants to snap to it. I have to be careful with that. If they're the same height, then that's okay, but rarely are they the same height in our exercises, so exaggerate the difference. And it's hard to see there because it's on the axis, but there is a dotted line going up and down. All right. So this is approximately the shape, correct? Okay, so if I model that, getting it to go the right way, is that the approximate shape that we're supposed to be looking for?
No.
No?
You gotta change it like the sides.
Approximately, though? Not
Yeah.
perfect, but approximately. I think so, too. So that's good. So we're on the right track. So I'm going to cancel that out. We're going to go back in here and start putting in our dimensions, all right? So let me grab the dimensioning tool under the sketch tab and then refer back and start getting these dimensions. So I know my biggest, longest side is 3 inches here. I have 1.5 inches on height on this side and 750 on this side. So I'm going to put all those in. So that was 3.0. And it looks goofy, but that's okay. As you put stuff in, it'll start making sense. And this was 0.75. Okay. Now, if you're too worried about it looking goofy, you can grab the green sides and move them around. So if it's green, it doesn't know what it's supposed to be yet, so it'll let you move it around. But I can't move around things that are purple or fully constrained.
Only if it's green, right? Only if it's green, you can move it around.
Mm-hmm. So if I look at the thickness of this piece, it's 250. This side's also 250, and the bottom, it's also 250. So if I just put those in there, I'll go grab my dimension tool. So this is 0.25. This is 0.25. And from here to here is also 0.25. Now, does that look a little bit more accurate?
Yeah.
And if you look down here, it says fully constrained, and that's always what I'm looking for. I want everything purple, and I want this to say fully constrained. And the way I can check later is, you see this push pin over on the left? That push pin, and if I hover over it, tells me fully constrained. That's a good thing. Right, now, to make something 3-dimensional, we use one of the features, which in our case, for a while, it's going to be the extrude. And it opens up this box. Let me just make sure my distance is correct per the drawing, which here is 1.5. That's my 1 dimension for that 3rd-dimensional extrusion. 1.5. And you can go either way or split the difference. And in this way, we know that the drawing is in the front. So we want it to extrude out of the back. And I said, okay. Does that look about right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we're doing. Everything's going to get a little more complex with each of the objects, but that's essentially the same steps we're going to follow for everything. Okay?